Hello. Hello there. Happy Wednesday. Okay. We are live. Great. I am there with you. You are here with me. That just came through the voice of my dear friend Colleen Clea and her beautiful friendship song. Really, it's the Grass Gypsies. It's their song. Ugh. What a lovely memory. What a lovely song. I'll have to share that in the comments after this video. Definitely. So, here we are together. And tonight is Wednesday, January 4th, 2023. So, Happy New Year. This is the first video for me of the new year of this nature, of a teaching video, channeling video. And so every year, just before we get into the theme of this video, which is activate your divine spark. Hello, I'm Rachel Chase. For those of you who are new to me, nice to have you. Nice to see you. Nice to have you here in the community. So what I'm doing today is really bringing through a message that wants to come through for us big time right now. And before I do that, I'll just talk a little bit about how I see a new year. And, you know, as far as cycles go, really a new year beginning is the spring, in terms of the cycles of life. And for someone like me, and those of you probably who are watching, you're interested in tapping into the divine feminine energy to live from a place of flow and evolution, a conscious evolution that's happening. And so I don't really make resolutions, but there's a perpetual drive in me that says, okay, I'm ever evolving, and it's my responsibility to do something about that, to live in service to that, in as best way as I can, day by day. And so it's a gradual unfolding, it's a gradual growth, it's an ongoing growth, it's an ongoing unfolding. And so with that, my work, my expression, in my teachings and my healing work and these videos is going to really be honing in this year on this idea of evolving into becoming even more divine. And what does that mean? And so that's just right along with the theme of today's video, which is activate your divine spark. Divine to me is about appreciating, honoring, having reverence for, and celebrating and perpetuating oneness. To excuse me, to live from the place of knowing and the place of let's say connecting with the field, the quantum realm, the consciousness of life, the essence, the palpability of it, and tapping into what's possible for us when we activate our divine spark every day. And so a lot of times we might go to someone else and say, they gave me an activation. But really the only way activations work is if you activate yourself. So when you're receiving, let's say, energy healing from a healer, someone's laying their hands on you or sending distance energy and you have a shift, it couldn't happen without you. It couldn't happen without your agreement, your presence, and your willingness, and without your focus and your attention on the activity of receiving and being open to receive, being willing to receive. So with this moment, I feel like it's kind of threshold is being crossed for a lot of us in our spiritual work and the spiritual communities. We've been coming out of this 2.5, 3 year funk, right? We're like 3 years. What am I talking about? 2.5, 3, of this 2020 cascade ripple effect that we're going through. So a lot of kind of like, whoa, what happened, And so this is like all that light that's inside of us is like, I'm right here. I'm right here. And I feel like there's a push, an impetus, an empowerment, a vitality that's coming in for those of us who are saying, yes, I am taking a stand for the light. I'm taking a stand for the divine essence, the sacred earth, the new earth, the vision of a sacred earth, the vision of peace. And so each and every one of you, each and every one of us is part of that. Reverend Dr. Michael Beckwith, who is the leader of the Agape International Spiritual Community, says that the God is, that the divine presence is a presence that is always a presence and never an absence. Always a presence and never an absence. I love the way he says it. It's so energized and exciting. And so we're just going to hold space here right now for the activity of light that we are. The more that we understand quantum mechanics, the more that we understand ancient wisdom teachings, the more we embody these things, and not just like as ideas, but as, oh, this is our lived experience. We are photonic crystalline beings capable of affecting energy, channeling energy, directing energy with our minds. Not only are we capable of it, but we've been doing it for a really long time. Maybe more often than not from an unconscious place. But this is what the awakening means, that we're coming into consciousness of what we are, what we're capable of, and the interconnectedness of all of life in a real palpable, as like we are embodying and identifying it and getting closer and closer to the truth of what and who we are. Teachers and scientists like Greg Braden and Bruce Lipton and so many others. I could go on and on, but that are just real inspirations for us, I think, to come back to again and again and again. And these teachings that have been around forever are now showing up in science. Science meets spirituality. It's like this has been going on for a while, yes, but I feel like right now it's like the calling is getting louder for us to really come out of the closet a little bit on some of this stuff, I think before we had, before COVID, we had our sacred spaces, yoga centers and meditation centers where we would gather and share in this energy, and it was a safe place. But now we're kind of out or in the internet, and things are good. It's not so clear cut here. And so we're getting to the point where it's like, oh, how do I express myself as a spiritual being in the world fearlessly? And that's sovereignty. It doesn't mean I'm not all these other things too. It just means I'm shamelessly a spiritual being having human experience. And I'm here to blow your mind with that. Like I'm here to bring the light into this world with that. And so I'm going to just take a couple more minutes here to bring through this next piece about activating your divine spark, You don't have to do anything to make it happen. It's already there. You are the divine spark. Each and every one of us, together creating the light grid around the planet, together consciously connecting with the conscious light and the frequencies and the vibrations of the cosmos. There is an awakening happening to our cosmic identity on a consciousness level, on a heart level, on a light level, on an energy level, on an awareness level, that we're so much more than just this one lifetime. Wow. What do we do with that? Well, let's at least use it to empower ourselves in this lifetime to step into our more fuller identities, or more empowered identities. And that really is about what we've been doing, which is looking at the old patterns and seeing what needs to shift, and acknowledging and detaching. And this is these old teachings about, okay, well, if Buddhism says of course the suffering is inevitable, the suffering is the nature of life, but just right behind that and next to that says, but there's a way out. We don't have to suffer. Although it is an integral part of this journey, we also know how to alleviate that suffering. And this is about non-attachment. This is about how we identify in ourselves. Do we identify as limited and these stories that have victimized us? Or do we identify as limitless, as the divine essence, where we can see the story and bless it with so much love, and bless ourselves with so much love? So the activating of the divine spark is just about remembering. That's all you got to do. Remember. The second you remember, that's okay. Hold that, because now your attention is focused there. Now your awareness is looking at it, acknowledging its reality, the flame of life that is you, that is your light, that is your unique expression, your energy, your light. So focus in on that in order to activate its potency in your life, because it's there. I used this analogy recently. It's like a pilot light sitting there just waiting for us to match it with our attention, because our focus sends electrical energy. So, we use the lighter, right, to create electrical energy. Our thoughts are electrical energy. When we direct our electrical energy toward it, it creates the magnetism. We have electromagnetism and conscious awareness with intention that says, I am co-creating, I am existing, I am identifying as, and I am appreciating this truth that I am. And then you watch that flame get bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. And you use your breath to ignite it and get it going and blowing and moving. It's like the bellows of a fire. You use that breath to get it going and amplify it. Amplify it. Connect, receive, allow. Remember over again. You're witnessing, you're focusing your attention, your energy into the divine spark, the essence and the golden light that connects everything, that is all and everything, that is the hope and the love and the joy and wondrousness and the compassion and the power. And you stoke it by looking and being and contemplating and getting inspired. And that's that momentum to help with this evolutionary process that we're going through as we expand and expand. And when we expand, what we're doing is we're actually clearing and releasing so much stuff that is just not, it's like the masks that we have had to wear. All that, we're just, it's just clearing. So there's maybe some fear around expanding, but here's the thing, if we're contracting and contracting and contracting, then we're just trapped in here. Breath work, Reiki, energy, acknowledging, talking if needed, to look at things and create the understanding. Doing all the things that work for you to bring you back to remembrance. Whatever it is you need to do to remember. And that's it. And then it's operating. It's a continual connection with it to allow it to operate in you, in your life, more and more and more and more and more and more and more. So what is the highest for your life that you can imagine right now? And I want you to do that. What is the highest in your life, in your relationships, in your money, in your business, in your house, in your home, in your work, in your what? Your highest. What is your highest? And then wherever you hear yourself saying, no, that's not possible. That's where the work is. That's where the work is. Because that's like, I'm not, all the beliefs. I'm getting into a little ahead of myself because these are things I want to be talking more and more about with you. Look, we're all living in crazy times. There's a lot of different circumstances going on. But one thing I know for sure is when we remember that we are that divine light, it calls through a power and a strength to get us through the challenges, to get us to a place where we're making choices and decisions through wisdom and love rather than fear and anger, hatred, victimhood. So it's like, okay, we notice that these emotions come. Okay. I'm willing to let that go and come back and remember. And just feel and feel and feel and feel. So activate your divine spark by remembering its existence, focusing your energy in you as it. Use your breath and stoke the flames. And release. Give it up. What is it you need to give your life to life? Give your life to life. Just give it over. So here's to your liberation. Happy New Year. May it be a beautiful, wonderful 2023 for you. I wish you so many blessings and love. Mwah. Have a peaceful night. Sleep well. I do have availability for some quantum healing sessions coming up. So if you're really tapping into like, what's my purpose? There's some things I want to really look at and heal and move through here. The BQH sessions, Beyond Quantum Healing sessions, are open. I've got some slots in the next month available for that. So let me know if you're interested. Also, a couple other things. The Sedona retreat is this summer, June 2023, and our first new moon circle of the year is happening on January 22. It's a Sunday night, 5 p.m. Pacific, 8 p.m. Eastern, here in the internet land where we'll be connecting together in the heart space. And we'll do oracle cards and visioning processes, and so it's what a time to be alive. Take good care of your heart. This weekend is a full moon. It's Capricorn and Cancer, so a lot of emotions coming. So when I say take good care of your heart, I don't mean block and shut yourself out. I mean feel and open it up. Give yourself what you need. Lots of nourishment and love and compassion, water and good food and nutrients and rest and all the good things. I love you. Mwah. Peace and blessings. See you soon.